Over the past 3 years, I've really struggled with Drake's music. This is a guy that I used to recognise as one of the GOATs, or a potential GOAT for sure, and I think that the music he has released in the past 3 years has achieved so much success in terms of streaming, in terms of hype for his albums, and I don't necessarily believe that it is all warranted. I mean, the facts are Drake was the second most streamed artist of 2020. It is clear to see no matter what he puts out, people are going to stream it and he's ultimately going to make money. That's why I think this next album for Drake is the most important album of his entire career, and we are going to be talking about why coming up. What is going on, guys? My name is Ollie and welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel, and let's just get straight into it. These are the reasons why I've struggled with Drake's music over the past few years, and we're going to talk about what he can potentially do on Certified Lover Boy to sort of win me back and win back the admiration of like hip hop community in general, because let's not forget, this guy is someone that we used to see as a potential GOAT, and I want him to get back to them. As much as I'm not a huge Drake fan at the minute, if he gets back to that stage of producing really high quality deep music, then I would happily go back on my words and say, yeah, he is one of the greatest. Let's talk about why he isn't there now. So start off with reason number one. I feel like he has started making music just to get streams, rather than actual music that's good, shall we say, deep, has a story to tell, changes the game in my eyes. You think about Tootsie Slide last year, it was a song made purely for TikTok, because in 2020 and 2021, unfortunately, that is a reason why you get streams. But for me, I feel like artists with more integrity know that this isn't really a way of going down. You're not going to get any true fans by making music just for the charts. You got to make the music you want to make and people will come. And I feel like Drake is a prime suspect of not doing that. He's not made music that like deeply connect with his fans. That's why I think the first thing that he needs to do to improve his next album is to make music that he wants to make. Reason number two, I think that his next album will be career defining. How long will people put up with subpar music? I think that every album an artist produces that is lower quality than the one before, you start to lose fans, you start to lose admiration. I think that sometimes because a song is hyped and it might have a cool beat, might have cool lyrics, people get fooled by that stuff. Think of when Scorpion came out. I heard that album and I was like, damn, there's some decent songs on here. I was speaking to my mates about it. They were like, album of the year. A couple months down the line, I'm speaking to them. I'm like, oh, so like, what do you think of the Drake album now? And they're like, to be honest, haven't really listened to it since. And that just showed it for me. The hype can only last so long. After a while, people lose the interest in what's like popular and what's hype. The cream rises to the top no matter how many coffees you pour. And with Scorpion in particular, I just knew as soon as that project came out, I was like, this is decent, this isn't going to be album of the year. I think that another album like that for Drake could really affect his career moving forward. Just a little sponsorship message here to say this video is sponsored by recordmysterybox.co.uk. Record Mystery Box is the best way to start a new collection, expand a current collection, or discover new artists. They have loads of different boxes. They've got 12-inch boxes, 7-inch boxes of loads of different genres and years, starting at only $14.99. Head over to recordmysterybox.co.uk and get your Record Mystery Box today. Now back to the video. And that brings me on to a big point that I've been thinking about a lot recently, is the fact that his last three projects, Views, More Life and Scorpion, compared to his first three official albums, shall we say, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, if you're reading this, there is such a clear difference in quality. Those first three albums were absolutely career defining. He brought something so different to the game. He was actually speaking about how he felt. He brought bars, he brought songs, he was soppy, he could go in at the same time. And let's be real, Drake fully changed the game here. I mean, Drake and The Weeknd I think are equally responsible for the sort of like in your feelings hip hop and R&B, but those albums were so important to his career moving forward from there. Like I say, they are some of the most influential albums of the last 10 years. Take Care came out 2011. Take Care has inspired a load of albums. Nothing Was the Same inspired a load of albums. If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, with that dark trap, set the bar for a lot of artists coming forward. And we would see The Weeknd do it, we would see Lil Uzi Vert, Travis Scott move it forward. He fully pushed the bar with that album, and that is my favourite Drake album. It is so influential. And then you move forward, Views first, which literally just was hopping on all the trends of like trap and rap music at that time in 2016. More Life, which was some weird playlisting which had a mix of like hip hop at the time plus a few more chilled out songs, and then Scorpion, which literally was just hopping on the bandwagon of all songs before then. I really feel like his last 3 projects have not been influential in the slightest. No one has viewed those projects and thought, what has Drake done that I can use in my own music? No, Drake has just done what he's been inspired by other artists to do. And that's not what the top legends of hip hop do. The top guys in hip hop, they set the bar. They're like, I'm doing this totally unique album. And then all the other artists are like, that's sick, I want to do that too. And that's what Drake used to do, but he's not doing anymore. I think the contrast between his first 3 albums and his latest 3 albums is enormous. Before I get to the reasons that he could win the fans back again with his latest album, make sure you hit the like button down below, and also comment if you want to see any other videos like this discussing any other artists or their discographies. But let's get into the final part of the video. Finally, let's talk about what he can do to win fans over again. And I've got a few pointers that I think if he does these things, it could lead to an album where I think, yeah, Drake is back. Firstly, again, he needs to lose the focus on chart success and put out stuff that he wants to make. Almost lock himself away from every other influence and just make music that he wants to make. Too long has he made music inspired by other people. You want to be one of the GOATs, you gotta do the inspiring, mate. I also think the fact that he has taken time, obviously there's been a few compilation projects between now and Scorpion. The fact that he's sort of taken 3 years off, maybe he's developing his style. Like obviously we've seen the Scary Hours 2 EP came out, and that had some decent songs on it, a lot of which reminded me of If You're Reading This. For instance, Wants and Needs had like this dark sort of trap vibe, and the instrumental on Lemon Pepper Freestyle was fantastic. So I think he has sort of developed his style, but I'm hoping that reflects in his actual album. As obvious as it is, he needs to make a project that stands the test of time. I don't want to, 1 month after this album releases, to be like, oh yeah, Drake released an album this year, yeah, shame about that. I want this to be one that I buy on vinyl. Take Care and If You're Reading This Is Too Late are currently the only 2 Drake albums I own on vinyl. And I only buy albums that I want to listen to a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later. So I want this album to be one that I go back and listen to years after its release. He needs to set the bar for other artists. Make an album where he's like, I'm putting this out, if anyone can match this level, fair play, but I don't think you can. And that is what will really make him stand out versus other hip hop artists. I want to see Drake back, in my eyes, as one of the top rappers with Kendrick, J. Cole, and at the minute I don't think he is. So there we go, that is my thoughts on sort of Drake's career thus far, and also what I think he can do in the future to sort of win me back and hopefully release a project that is one of the best of the year. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below for more of this kind of content coming out every week. Make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment of other artists you want me to discuss. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.